Hello, dear friends. This is Dr. Dipesh Patel, and I'll be teaching you jet propulsion and aircraft engineering. Today, in this video lecture, we are going to see a lecture 2 of solid and liquid propulsion engines. And in this video lecture, I'm going to cover rocket motor hardware design. So, let's begin with the rocket motor hardware design. First of all, what is rocket motor? Rocket motor is basically a device which transfer the energy. The combustions which is being takes place inside the combustion chambers is where the fuel is ignited, and because of that the chemical energy of the fuels is converted into the thermal energy, and these high pressure and high temperature gases are expanded through a nozzles, which would ultimately give us a strength. Now, the design and the construction of solid rocket motor involves considerations of many different stresses that is acting on the motor hardware because of the pressure and thermal loads. So, we are going to see different components of the rocket motor. Now, the key component of the rocket motors are motor case, nozzle, and igniter. So let's begin with the motor case. The motor case is basically a highly loaded pressure vessel. Case design is usually governed by a combination of motor and vehicle requirement. The optimization of a motor case design frequently entails trade-offs between case design parameters and vehicle design parameters. Now there are a different kind of the loads and the stresses that need to be considered for the motor case design. In addition to the stresses that is acting on the motor case, we need to consider the environmental conditions as well, such as temperature, moisture level that is lead to corrosion, and space conditions such as vacuum and radiations. Let me brief you about the some different types of the load and the origin of the loads, such as the internal pressure that cause tension and vibration, axial thrust that cause axial vibrations, then motor nozzles that cause the axial and bending and the shear stress, then flight maneuvering cause axial bending and shear torsion, then ground handling, that is the origin of the torsion, compression, bending, and shear stresses. Now, uh, there are three different classes of the material that have been used, uh, such as high strength metal, such as steel, aluminum, or titanium alloy, then wound filament, reinforced plastic, and the third type is combinations of these two. So um, like there are different types of the materials are used for the motor case, and some of them have mentioned here, such as e-glass, Kevlar 49, carbon 40 fiber, titanium alloy, aluminum or sorry steel alloy, and the aluminum alloy. So normally the metal cases are usually ductile and can yield before failure. It can be heated to high temperature up to 700 to 1000 degrees Celsius. They will not deteriorate significantly with time or weather. On the other hand, wound filament reinforced plastic cases are lower in weight, and it can be wound in precise pattern. The thermal expansion of plastic is often higher than metal, and the thermal conductivity is much lower. The combined stresses that should not exceed the working stress of the wall material. As the rocket engine starts, the internal pressure causes a growth of the chamber in the longitudinal as well as in the circumferential direction, and this deformation must be considered during the design of motor case. Now we'll move to the next component, nozzle. Now nozzle has to withstand the very high temperature. It has to withstand against the severe environment such as very high heat transfer and the erosion, because the gases which is being passing through the nozzles has a very high temperature, and that could create the erosion as well. So the general construction of a solid rocket nozzle features steel or aluminum shells that are designed to carry structural loads. The composite ablative liners are bonded to the housing. Now, there are different kinds of the nozzles used according to the application, such as the simple single piece non-movable graphite nozzle, or even complex multi-piece nozzles, which is capable of moving to control the direction of the thrust vector. Now, from performance perspective, the primary mm, nozzle design task is to efficiently expand gas flow from the motor combustion chamber to produce thrust. Now, there are different types of the nozzles. Materials are used, such as the aluminum, low carbon steel, mold graphite, molded graphite, Kevlar fiber, ablative plastic, refractory materials, etc. And basically the housing and structural support of the nozzle uses the same material as the metal case. Now selections and the application of the proper material is the key to the successful design of solid rocket engine. Nozzle has to, as we discussed, nozzle has to withstand against the very high temperature and the erosions. Now nozzle throat erosion causes the throat diameter to enlarge during operation and is one of the problems encountered in nozzle design. Usually a throat area increases larger than 5% is considered unacceptable for most solid rocket application, since it causes a reduction in thrust and chamber pressure. Erosion occurs not only at the throat region but also at the section immediately upstream and downstream of the throat region. Erosion is caused by complex interaction between the high temperature and high velocity gas flow. The chemically aggressive specifies in the gas and the mechanical abrasion by particles. The structural analysis, such as stresses and strain of the key nozzle equipment, is depend on heat transfer analysis, and this allow the use of proper material physical properties. Now, the third key component of the rocket motor is the igniter. Igniter is basically used to begin the ignition, to begin the combustion into the combustion chamber. So igniter is same as the igniter uses the same propellant which has been used in the combustion chamber, but the mass is small and it contributes very little to the motor overall total impulse. It should be high enough to assure the ignition under all operating conditions. So the aim of the igniter is to just begin the combustion inside the combustion chambers. Igniter can be placed at several alternative locations, and some of them I have mentioned here. You can see 4 different locations has shown in this slide. You can see the first one, the igniter is placed after internal, then in the second one after external. In the bottom left one, you can see the igniter is placed in inside the combustion chamber, which is the forward internal, while in the bottom right you can see forward. external. So these are the various places where the igniter is placed. Now there are basically two different types of igniters are used, such as pyrotechnic igniters and pyrogen igniters. So let's go through each of them. First one, uh, psychotractic technique igniters are defined as the igniters using solid explosive and energetic propellant like chemical formulations as a heat producing material, while the pyrogen's igniter is basically a small rocket motors that is used to ignite a larger rocket motors. Although there are some common elements in the design of all solid propellant rocket motors, there is a no single or well-defined procedure for design method. Each class of applications has some different requirements. Individual designers and their organizations have a different approaches to the design of the rocket engine. So this is all for now. If you have any doubt, you can write down in the comment box. Thank you very much.